What's up, YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, every day, consistency. You gotta build that consistency no matter what. No matter if your image messed up, no matter if you got a cold, you sick. Yeah, I got a little virus in my eye from something falling in my eye from being outside yesterday. And I could have said, nah, I ain't gonna post today. But guess what? I'm gonna post anyway. Y'all just commenting if y'all wanna comment. Other than that, y'all can get knowledge and information from the video. I can't hold that back just because my image not in full whatever, full review or full whatever. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't come here to look at me. Y'all came here to take notes and hear some valuable information that may help you in your current situation. You know what I mean? Like I said, to each his own. What's up, YouTube? Make sure everybody staying locked in, staying on their path, staying dedicated and motivated. And most of all, staying honest to their journey. Yes, it's gonna get hard, but you ain't gonna get deterred. Deterred, meaning you might strive this way, but you're gonna come back. That's how everybody do it sometimes. Sometimes we gotta take a step back to get ourselves back. A lot of people say, you know what I mean? Sometimes, the fall back is the best comeback, but I always say you gotta take a step back to get yourself back. So I just wanna come on here with some trading psychology. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna take this whole month of August and only do position trading with the position tool on TradingView, as far as in long and short. I'm gonna wait on my entry. I'm gonna top down analysis from the 4-hour and 1-hour time frame. I trade ICC method, indication, correction, and continuation. I can't explain it like him. And him, who I'm speaking of, it trades by side. That's who I get it from, you know what I mean? But other than that, it'll start raining a lot now, so let me put my hoodie on. Other than that, I do top down analysis, start from the 1-hour and 4-hour, like he said, and I understand price action. So once you check this trend, see if it's going down. Example, say it's a downtrend on the 4-hour, and on the 1-hour you see it clearly, so you can start marking up your zones on the 1-hour, the highs and lows, or the recent highs and lows, not necessarily the previous day or the highs of that session. You just can mark the highs and lows of the previous, or what's going on, right? And once you see that, the first part, indication. Once you see a kind of break indication, as far as in making a new lower low, because it don't follow trend on a downtrend, so now it done made a lower low from the lower high that it recently created. Now it's making a lower low, so now it's gonna pull back eventually sometimes. So that's what you waiting on a higher time frame. Once you see it starting to pull back on a higher time frame, let me sit the phone down so it can be a better angle for y'all, since I'm outside holding it. You know what I mean? Let me see how this is gonna work for y'all, so it can be a better view like that. All right. So you start on the 4-hour and 1-hour time frame, top down analysis on your TradingView chart. So once you see the trend, like I said, let's start off and say the trend is a downtrend. So once you see the trend going up and down, and it made the higher low, the higher low, and now you're starting to make a lower low again, which is an indication that it's still following the downtrend on a higher time frame, 4-hour or 1-hour, whichever one look more clearer to you. Now you waiting on until you see that first candle of that 1-hour, 4-hour start to pull back. Once you see that, you can jump down to the 15-minute or the 30-minute, whichever one look clearer to you once again. And now you can see the details and be precise about which candle's going what. Because like I said, if it's a downtrend, the pullback gonna look like an uptrend just temporarily on the lower time frame. So you follow that uptrend, not saying you get in, but you follow it. And you see, keep checking the higher time frame, making sure it don't break structure, making sure it don't go above or higher low than it just created to make that indication. And once it don't make that, and you see it starting to follow the downtrend from the lower time frame that reconcile the higher time frame, which is following the downtrend, now you on the 15-minute and you see it starting to come back down. Once you see it do another indication on the 15-minute, not saying that's what you're looking for, but once you see it, because it was on the uptrend slightly, because it pulled back on the higher time frame. So on the lower time frame, once you see it coming back down and it break a lower low, that's when you can jump down to the 5-minute and get more precise on your entry and see it breaking the lower low on your 5-minute. And once they pull back on that 5-minute, you can enter, put your stop loss above the previous high on the 15-minute, on a 15-minute chart, or even the 1-hour chart, and then you can go and target the next lower low or the one after that, because if it's on a downtrend, you're expecting it to create another correction. The correction is, with the correction, you're expecting it to create another indication, meaning follow the downtrend on a higher time level. You breaking down, you going in the time frame, which is 15-minute to 5-minute, to get more precise. Your stop loss can be smaller and tighter. The smaller and tighter the stop loss, the greater the RR, which is risk to reward 1 to 4 is what I go to on a typical basis. 1 to 10 is what I usually get. 1 to 10, 1 to 12, 1 to 17. But that's only if you can top down from the 1 hour and 4 hour and be precise all the way down to the 5 minute or even the 1 minute time frame. And sometimes you just can enter on a 15-minute time frame with a smaller position and wait till it start going in the negative and jump down to the 5 minute and the 1 minute time frame and see it's not breaking structure on the higher time frame. It's not breaking no lower high than it just created on a higher time frame, and then you can enter have a bigger or same lot size position on the smaller time frame. So once you start trickling down on your 15-minute first entry, now you're in bigger profit with the second and third entry on the lower time frame than the 15-minute. I know that's a mouthful, but if you listen and take note, you can really catch on to what I said. So we're gonna go back again. Now we're gonna say it was an uptrend. So we're gonna do top-down analysis, and we're gonna make an example that it's an uptrend. All right. So we on the 4 hour. It looked pretty good, but we don't see too many counters. So we're gonna jump down to the 1 hour. We see the 1 hour going up and down, up and down. So we know it's an uptrend. So now it done went up, it done went down. That's the pullback. Now it done went up again. But now it done went up, it done went past that first higher high than it made. So this the indication. So now we went on a correction. The correction is to come back either to the same part that it broke, or even smaller, or even farther than that, and then go back. As long as it don't come down to break a lower low, that means it's still in the uptrend. So we wait on that. Once we see that candle come on a 1 hour time frame, because it's clearer on the 1 hour, we're going to jump down to the 15-minute. And we're going to follow that downtrend down. We're not going to enter. We're just going to follow that downtrend down. We're going to mark our higher lows and our higher highs all the way down as it get lower down. And as we see it start to break the higher lows, and because it's not creating no more lower lows, it's starting to create higher lows and then higher highs. Now we know it done came back to the same time frame, to the higher time frame. Now the lower time frame is matching the higher time frame structure, but now it's done did the pullback, but now it's starting to correct on the lower time frame and on a higher time frame. But we still on the 15-minute, but we understand that we marking the zones on the 1 hour. Boom. So we jump down to the 5-minute. So now the 5-minute gonna give you even more details and more precise that you can go into the trade, into the candlesticks, instead of saying 15, 15, 15. 4 counters is 1 hour, because each counter is a 15-minute counter on a 15-minute chart. But now we're in the 5-minute chart, so now we can see the up and downs on the precise, so we can get a better entry. Now we can go for the 1 to 10, the 1 to 8, the 1 to 7, the 1 to 12, and so forth. So that's how I do it. So once you get in, and once, like I said, on a 15-minute time frame, you already see that pullback done happen, which is a small downtrend, and now you see that indication is starting to create another uptrend that correlate with the higher time frame. So from the 15-minute, we jump on the 5-minute time frame, and we follow structure. We follow structure to the higher highs and the higher lows. Once that higher low create another higher high, not all the first one, but all the second one, because sometimes the first one is just a fake out, and the second one come back and sweep liquidity. So on the second one, when we see it come break it again for the second indication on the 5-minute, that's when we enter and we put our stop loss below the liquidity or the sweep of the liquidity or the recent lower, the higher low, and we target our TP is on that 1 hour time frame. So it's pretty simple. I hope everybody get it and get what they need about the situation. Like I said, you got to stay consistent on what you got to do. Yes, my eye hurt, my eye low. I'm not all the way where I want to be as far as my image to want to be in public and all that, but I'm making sure y'all get the information, because I received the information. I've been trading for 2 years come September 3rd, and like I said, I'm going to take the whole August just to do position trading with the long and short position tool on TradingView, so I can know and write down the jot why I got in the trade, what I seen, what the emotions I had, what time it was, what session I'm in, what day it is, and all them type of things. So by the time September 3rd or September 1st come, and I start out with a live account again, because I blew my account like a month ago, so I punish myself. When I blow an account, I got to take 2 weeks to a month off. That means when I get a live account, I got to take my time and be patient, because you know if it blow account, that's another month that you're not making money from the markets. But get back to it. Once I get to doing that and start out back in September, that's the goal, to take whatever number I start out with and increase it. So the whole August is to pay my bills, I'm already cleaning my credit, my personal credit, so I want that all the way clean so I can start adding accounts and building my credit, and on the back end still saving extra funds to put in the live market. So that's the goal, that's the plan. Hope everybody stay consistent and stay true to your journey, and whatever you're trying to do, create a digital product, start content creation, just start believing in yourself and just start watching other podcasts. If you still in the beginning stage and you just not waking up and you just not feeling like a job not enough or 2 jobs not enough, and you overworking and you still chasing the tail, you borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. If you just not understanding the concept and mindset of that, and you tap into the video, I appreciate you. I'm gonna lead you down the right path. Don't follow me. Don't take all my words for face value. Go do your research on what I say. Like I said, I get all my trading, not all my trading, but like I said, I've been trading for 2 years. Come September 3rd, I get most of my trading strategy and psychology from Trades by Side. But I got introduced to it by Mamba FX. That's the first time I seen a trader on YouTube. I seen the video pop up on my feed saying I made $100,000 a day and I spent $100,000. That was the first video, and he in the movie theater in his house with $100,000, $200,000 in a Gucci or Louis bag, going to buy some jewelry, and he made it on trading on one trade. Even though it's a large account, I had to learn the 10%, 1% risk and all that. But that's just the first video I came across, and ever since then, I was playing with a little money from the streets then. Not that type of money, but I was playing with money, and I was very intrigued by then. I was like, okay, you made $100K, you withdrew, and you spent the end of the day, and that didn't even hurt you. You ain't do nothing illegal. You ain't had to scam. You ain't had to rob. You ain't had to lie. You ain't had to take from nobody or hurt nobody. Oh yeah, I need to learn that. And once I started looking into it, then when I came across the Lambo Raul, the Q Banks, the Swagger C, the Umar Astrov, the it's so many other folks I'm gonna call out. The Currency Plug on Instagram. It's Alex FX, Alex GFS, who did the $100 to the $1 million field the first time, and he did it again live on YouTube with all their trade. I done come across a lot of gurus, but that's them gurus, meaning they can teach you something only if you pay for their course, and they got free stuff on their YouTube video, and you can get a lot of information from it. I did myself. Like Lambo Raul, I learned the strategy called the bounce play, meaning something like a break and retest, but it break the structure and then come back and bounce off for it, or it's coming from the demand and it bounced off supply and come back down. It's in consolidation, but the consolidation range is long enough, like 50, 60 pips, 70 pips, 100 pips, but it's in consolidation on the higher time frame, and you can catch them bounce plays in between consolidation. Only if you know what you're doing. That's more for advanced trading, and once you get experience with the mental fortitude of just seeing numbers go up and down. And if you can't, like I said, how I do it, I trade on TradingView. I mark my things up on TradingView. I enter live on the market. I trade with a lot of different brokers. I'm not gonna speak on that right now, but I look on the candlestick. I look for price action. I don't necessarily look at the money, because the money will have you mentally going up and down. Like I was just up 1,000, now I'm down 700. I'm up 1,200, now I'm back down 300. You'll go crazy and you'll get out at the wrong time. As soon as you get out, it'll go in your direction, or vice versa. You think it's about to stop you out and it go in your direction, or it's like 10 points, 10 pips, 20 pips from TP, and you get out and then it go up. Or sometimes you say it's 3, 4 points, 10 pips from TP. You like, you're taking to it, let me just go out, and then it drop down and stop you out. So you just save yourself from a stop loss. So it's different things, but it's all about psychology, 90% and the 10% understanding price action and candlestick. Yes, I started with indicators, the moving average, the stochastic, the RSI, the MACD and all of that, but I learned all that from Aristotle, from marking up the option chart, because that's the first thing I seen right before I seen Mamba FX. I seen Aristotle, but he wasn't showing no money or no withdrawals on that particular video. I just seen him using the MACD and the RSI to mark up charts, and being that was in my time fit, my feed on YouTube, the next video was Mamba FX, and that what really locked me in. The marking the charts didn't get me too intrigued with the trading, because I was always trying to see, like, I don't think this for me, this too much to understand. The way he was explaining it at that one time, I was a beginner too, with the mindset of I don't even know what I'm looking at. But coming down to Mamba FX, I didn't even get that mindset of I don't know what I'm looking at. I was intrigued on he made $100K that day and spent the $100K that day, and he really spent more than that. I was intrigued on that, and he was younger than me, and he's still younger than me, of course he is. But I'm saying that what got me intrigued. So no telling what's gonna get you intrigued whenever you see this video or the next person's video. Like I said, I don't mind shining light on whoever I get the information from. I get them they fly, but I'm not trying to hold no cord, no information. They're gonna just keep me good and my family good. If I can help you by a piece of information, may God please let you receive the information. And other than that, man, to each his own. Hope y'all loving y'all children. If you got it, loving your family, put God first in everything and all that you do, and he will be there for you and cover you. Yeah. Talk to y'all later. Catch the next video.